Hey friend, it's Mesha with the Golden Nugget of the Day to help you along your way. Can you agree with me and say that there are times or things that happen in our lives that pull us away from being happy? We just don't feel as happy as we used to. Our joy seems to be dwindling down. We don't laugh like we used to. Well, the Bible tells us why it's good for us to be joyful and to laugh. Go with me to Proverbs, the 17th chapter, and verse 22 in the NRSV. All right? Read with me. It reads, "A cheerful heart is a good medicine, but a downcast spirit dries up the bones." Another translation talks about how laughter is good like medicine. Another translation talks about joy. So being joyful, cheerful, and laughing is good for our bodies. I have read that when we are happy or when we're joyous, that it fortifies our mental state and it helps us fight against physical diseases. It's actually a medicine for our bodies. But when we're sad, when we're downcast, when we're downtrodden, when we're depressed, it dries up the bones. Our bones are made up of living cells. Inside our bones is bone marrow, which produces platelets and white and red blood cells, which are vital to our existence. So when our bones dry up, then we're not producing the things that are vital to our survival when we're sad, when we're depressed, when we're downtrodden. So listen, it is important for us to laugh and to be joyous and to be happy. And how do we get there? By being in His presence. The Bible tells us that in the presence of God is where we experience His fullness of joy. And then it also tells us that the joy of the Lord is our strength. So joy, we get it from being in His presence. Joy strengthens us, and it is good medicine to our bodies. Well, how do we get into His presence, Mesha? We get into His presence by spending time with Him, by communing with Him, by praying, by reading His Word, by just talking with Him, by getting one-on-one with Him. We don't have to be in a temple, in a synagogue, in a church to experience His presence. We can experience His presence anywhere, as long as we just communicate with Him, meditate on Him and His Word and His goodness. Talk to Him and tell Him how much you love Him and how good He is to you. You will find yourself in His presence. And in His presence is fullness of joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength. It strengthens us. That's why it's important to be in His presence, to worship Him. It strengthens us. It's good medicine to our bodies. So find yourself today in the presence of the Lord. Practice His presence because it will heal us. It's good medicine for our bodies, our souls, and our minds. I love y'all. Let's talk next week.